Hello, and thank you for joining me. On today's episode of Bible Blueprint of the New Testament, we are looking at the book of James. Now, James is 20th in order in the New Testament. There are 5 chapters in the book of James, and the type of book it is epistle in general. An overview on the book of James. This book is attributed to James, the brother of Jesus, and is written to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. James became a believer upon seeing Jesus alive and well after the crucifixion, and he was a leader of the church in Jerusalem. Known as the Proverbs of the New Testament, this book overflows with wisdom and truth. Now, the book of James was written between 44 to 49 AD. Time period covered all eras in the age of grace, and the author is James, the half-brother of Jesus. There are 5 sections to the book of James. Section 1, handling trials, listening versus doing. We see this in chapter 1. James states that trials bring blessings and wisdom can be sought through communication with God. James teaches that the poor are more blessed than the wealthy, and faith without works is dead. Section 2, favoritism, faith, and deeds. We see this in chapter 2. James teaches that the poor are rich in faith, and showing favoritism to the rich paves the way for extortion. He describes listening versus doing and how faith and deeds are related. Section 3, problems with the tongue, bitter envy, and selfish ambition. We see this in chapter 3. James expresses that anyone who can tame the tongue will grow closer to perfection. He also states that envy and disorder breed over evil practices and encourages people to pursue wisdom from heaven. Section 4, humility and submission, God's will. We see this in chapter 4. James focuses on the theme that God oppresses the proud but favors the humble. He teaches that godly living comes from seeking God's will. Section 5, warning to the rich, patience and suffering, prayer of faith. We see this in chapter 5. James teaches that the rich are clearly seen and will be judged. He cites Job as an example for how people should respond to trial. He encourages prayer for those struggling physically or emotionally. All right, that brings us to the end of our overview on the book of James. That's all for now. God bless.